What's happening, people? How we doing? How are we doing? How are we doing? Where's my stream tab? I see you guys. I see you. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. OBS just wasn't picking up my camera for some reason, but we're here now. Am I sounding okay? Are we good? We are good. Turtles, I see you, brother. Been a while. JVD, what's up, man? Crazy take to kick things off, but somewhat understandable. Ali, what's up, brother? Jack Jenkins, no. Come on now. Really? Did I get trimmed? No. I did not. I'm going to, though. My lighting is way too harsh right now. We're gonna turn that down. I've been trying to listen. Ever since I got these new lights, man, I'm trying to fine tune. I'm trying to make sure things are looking good, but difficult to nail. Okay, that's a little bit better. There we go. A little bit more temperate. I see you. How you preparing for 312? I don't. Vibes, mate. I don't know. I don't do any of that, you know. I did, though, today. I say that. Today, we recorded the pod in person today, up in London, up in Central. So that was nice. Pretty fun time. Myself and Will, we recorded that live episode. So we're going to try and do those monthly. We got another one booked in for next month. I'm going to edit it this week. It'll be out on Sunday, of course. Massive pain in the ass to edit, but we'll get it done. But yeah, it's they look forward to that. It was fun. So we broke down 311 in that stream, but obviously in that podcast episode, but mostly it was a chat about just creator stuff, content creation, and general mindset things and things like that along those veins. But we can get to some proper in-depth chat about 311 today and whatever you guys want to talk about, you know. But yeah, Astro, what's up, man? How you doing? Dash leaving Everton. Surprised, but also kind of not surprised as well. How long until Skiz gets unmodded? I haven't actually messaged him yet. I should do that. Is things still kicking off? Or thing is, you motherfuckers change your name all the time. I don't know who's who anymore. Seriously, I have no fucking clue. I have no clue who's who on the Discord because you guys all got different nicknames. I might have to turn off nicknames genuinely because I don't know anymore. Do you guys legit just film the podcast and go home, or do you guys spend the day doing shit together? Nah, we usually meet up. We have the studio booked in advance, so we go there. Now we'll travel back together depending on where he's going. But now he's busy, but he's a busy man. He had shit to do afterwards, so no. We got coffees before. Did I ding dong ditch Guru's house while you were in London? No. I'm joking. He's fine. Okay, cool. Just let me know if anything kicks off though. Just owns you, little bro. He's all right. I couldn't really give a shit, to be honest. How do I like my ice? Iced coffee? Latte, man. I'm a nice latte kind of guy, man. I like a bit of milk in mine. That sounds dodgy. If you want to make it dodgy, I've just made it dodgy by saying it like that. But yeah, a little bit of milk for me. Don't turn off nicknames. Man, it's confusing as hell. You guys change them. I don't know who's who. This is how it is. Yeah, no, fine. But keep your base names because I don't know who the fuck who's who, man. It's so difficult. Because every other day I'm seeing a different name. I don't know, bro. Vanilla latte? Nah, crazy, man. Oh, do you mean vanilla isn't like normal or actually vanilla tasting? Because if it's the latter, man, I can't go with you there. But standard latte, yeah, that's my kind of thing. Iced or no ice. I like either. I like it. They changed it. I know, right? Base names in there. Yeah, fair enough. Thing is, you have like 3 different accounts on YouTube, man. So I don't even know. You still confuse me. I don't know who's who. And it ain't even Oliveira season anymore, man. You've got 2 different season names on YouTube and Discord. I don't see no consistency. Crazy. I am going to make sure... I'm going to get my music on. I'm going to make sure you guys can't hear it because I've made that mistake before. We've been there and I've been copyright claimed into oblivion. So I don't want to make that mistake last time. I remember one time I started the stream with fucking Primal Scream. And I just was like, fuck it. The stream's going to get copyright claimed, but I want to have a cool intro. And it was worth it for those who were there. Because that's one of the few streams which wasn't archived because it got taken down through copyright completely. So shout out to you if you're on that return stream. I'm not doing a video this week. No. Yeah, I've been planning ideas. Doing little things like scheduling some short form content, which is just clips from the main channel. So I know you guys aren't too interested in that. Sponsorship outreach, some just little things like miscellaneous stuff I needed to sort out. But yeah, so next week I'm going to do a Drickus documentary, I'm pretty sure. So that's a little bit of an extreme exclusive. That is what I'm going to go for, Drickus documentary. I think that's going to be pretty good. I've been meaning to do it for a little while, and I think now's the right time because 312's coming up. And maybe it won't be next week, actually. Because maybe I should do it a little bit later on. Because when is 311? That is next week, isn't it? Um, I might wait a little bit. Maybe in 2 weeks I'll do it, and I'll do something else for next week. I haven't decided. That might make more sense actually. We'll see though. That Jericho's documentary is coming soon though, confirmed. Let it be known, confirmed here. It is on its way in the near future, very near future. So stay tuned for that. That'll be fun to make. Have you played Marvel Rivals? No, but I've been really meaning to. It looks like a lot of fun. I honestly, all I've been playing really on Steam is a little bit of Gwent and the Witch card game, which I have far too many hours in. Bit of Helldivers too. Got back into that. I finished my Witcher 3 playthrough for the third fucking time. And not much else, to be honest with you. I haven't been playing a huge amount. Just bits here and there, a little bit of Balatro. But yeah, I've been enjoying it. Playing it when I can. I haven't really been motivated to play games too much, but talking about them, definitely so. Max Payne 3 video is coming this weekend. I'll be talking about that for 9-10 minutes on my games channel this week. Max Payne 3 is so underrated, and I'll explain why I think so. So you can just stay tuned for that too. But yeah, next week is coming. I beat you in. What are you talking about? I changed my Discord nickname for every event. My favorite fight. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. All nighter? Hell no. I ain't even staying up for it unless there's some good fighters on there. I need to look at the card. Well, I don't know what you mean, Ali, man. I can see Islam finishing Arman around 2. I think it's probably going to go decision. I picked Arman on the podcast we recorded today, but I'm very torn on it, and there's no conviction in my prediction. Yeah, you probably would beat me on Fortnite, bro. I haven't played it since. I don't even know when it was. When did they do like the superhero stuff? Like, I don't even mean like the Marvel stuff. I mean even before, like they had like a superhero battle pass. I think it was like the second or third one they did. I don't know. The one where John Wick was a thing. Like the John Wick skin was like the last skin on the battle pass. That's when I played it, and I played it for like a month or two, but I didn't really. It was fun, sure, but I stopped playing after that. So that was a while ago. I probably suck at it. Season 4, is that it? Probably. I mean, you probably know more than I do. I don't play the game anymore, so. Funny, Astro. Funny. 6 years ago, yeah, I never really got fucked with Fortnite that much. I think I tried it once after that when the Thanos shit came out. That was kind of cool. But that was a lot. The last time I played it regularly was back in season 3 or 4. Yeah, 3. I think it was 3. It had like the was that the John Wick skin or was that the one afterwards? I don't know. I don't even know. I can't remember when when there was like when the first event started happening, like the meteor. I don't know. That was the first one, I think. But before that, I don't know. That was all a big talk back in the day. But no, I never really got into Fortnite too much, to be honest with you. But yeah. I don't know. I like Fortnite, but it got boring when you shoot guy once and they build an entire 5-star hotel. It got a bit old. Plus, Battle Royale's never really been my kind of thing. I like them, but like PUBG was cool, that sort of thing. But I got bored of them kind of quickly, and I've always preferred single player games, to be honest with you. That's kind of been my go-to. But each to their own, man. That's what's the beauty of the games. The beauty of games is everything is pretty fucking subjective, so you can like what you want to like. I honestly though, I play pretty much anything. I'm willing to try anything at the very least, you know. Except from like micromanaging games, I can't stand those, and they stress me out, man. I do enough micromanaging in day to day with this shit. I do too much of that. But yeah. Yeah, busy day for me today, honestly. Trekking up to fucking central London when it's like the trains are really shitty and it's just travel time and it's just long, man. Like Roblox kind of guy, I never really got into it. I played it like once or twice sort of as a joke, but never really got into it. Undisputed was a waste of my money. I think it's better now they updated it, but I haven't played it. I uninstalled it because it was pissing me off and it was so they fucked it up. I don't know what they were thinking with that when they changed the patch at launch because Jesus Christ, the game was awful when it came out at full release. It was better before. Jesus Christ. I mean, I'm sure it'll be better when it fully gets updated, but I mean, you say that. I've been playing it in early access for a long time now. So you'd think it would be better. Instead, they're doing they did a Jake Paul DLC, which is fucking crazy. But what can you say? You gotta respect it. Gotta respect Jake Paul doing that. Fair enough. But yeah, it could be a better game. I'll be real. At least I want a bus wanker. I was on the way back actually. I got to get a train then a bus, man. Listen, I'm grateful for public transport there. What can I say? Better than driving in London. You do not want to drive in London. Fucking shit show, man. Terrible. Where is my? Now we're chilling. Now we're chilling, guys. Yeah, it's good to see you. It's good to be back into a nice sort of regular regular sort of structure. I had training yesterday, but everything's sort of restarting again. Work is restarting. My gym reopened for the new year. I'm just back doing streaming. It's just been nice, man. It's been nice to get back into the flow of things. Going jiu-jitsu, my fitness wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, which is good. We were drilling new triangle entries, which is great. Some reverse triangle stuff that really confused the hell out of me. And my neck is very sore as a result. Yeah, it was good. It was good. Are you in top chat? What does that mean? You're losing me, brother. I don't know. I don't know. What does that mean? Honestly, is this some sort of shit I'm not in touch with? I feel like I am. You have to fill me in, man. I'm just checking. I'm waiting for that Bisping vid to pop off, man. It's not happening for me, bro. It's not happening for me. Soon it will happen, man. Soon. YouTubers top chat and live chat. Top chat fills out edgy messages. Oh. Wow, thank you for letting me know that shit. Holy fuck. This whole time. Alright, I am now in live chat. Why is that a default? Cool. Now I can actually see shit which people, put in and I can't see. So there you go. Now I can see all of the shit that gets put in there. Thank you for that. I did not know that was a thing. So shout out to you, email. My brother. Jesus Christ. For the longest time, this is what's been happening when people have been posting shit and going, why are you ignoring me? Why are you ignoring me? Because they put a fucking slur in their message and it just didn't show up. It's just like, Jesus Christ, man. This is it. Now the gloves are off, man. The gloves are off. I am slightly nervous that is the thing now. God knows what you lot are all decrepit. I know what you're like. Okay, steady on, bro. Steady on. Playing the game, man. Where, man? Jesus Christ. Honestly. Damn, I really wish we could do a UFC stream. I hope the next UFC game comes out on PC, because then best believe we'll be streaming that shit all day, bro. That would be fun as fuck. Playing UFC against you guys would be awesome. If there's crossplay and it comes out on PC, I will be all over it whooping you guys. Make a video on why art school ruined video games and cartoons. Interesting. Because it used to be nerds on cocaine making something fun. Now it's art students with libtard agendas. Okay, that's a crazy take. I just don't. If you want to get into that conversation, we can go there, man. We can go there, but I don't think it's that deep, man. Listen, I think it just comes to making a good game and making a bad one. I don't give a shit about fucking. If you want to have certain things in your games, I don't care. I don't think there's any sort of agenda. I just think games could be better sometimes. Some games have bad writing. That's just all it is. But I spoke about it very briefly on my Witcher video on my games channel, talking about The Witcher 4 and the discourse that went around that whole trailer and people getting mad about nothing. There's nothing to be mad about. The only people getting mad about that are people who ain't even played the game, so it's all read the book. So it's just like, what are you getting angry about? People just like to be annoyed. I think that's what it is. Confirm, JVD. Confirm, my man. I can read you loud and clear. You are free, unshackled from YouTube censorship, man. Your GCSE mock results. I bet you they were shit. Oh, they're actually pretty good. Fairs. Oh, fair enough. I'm not saying they were shit because you're bad at academia. I just mean the way they scaled mocks in my school were fucking bullshit. So, nice one. Good shit. Better than me. Best believe I ain't getting an A in chemistry. Hell no. Looking a D, bro. Get your shit up, man. Come on. Terrible. We didn't have that in mind. What you got in Stream Reacts? What's this? Let's have a look. Hang on. Well, where's my stream chat gone? I get it's in the same tab. There we go. We're sweet. We're sweet again. Andre, what's up, brother? People have miserable lives and just want company. That's kind of based. I don't know if that's in reference to what I was talking about the games. That's kind of based. Talk about Sony giving $400 million to the Concord studio, even though they'd never made a game before. I don't think that's true, but I think it's to an extent in the sense that they had little experience. Honestly, it's more so, one, the visual design is awful, and two, making an arena shooter which is uninspired and a new IP is incredibly risky. So that's mainly the reason why. Mainly because it was a new IP and an arena shooter, a hero shooter that came out years too late. That's the two main reasons why. Right, what is this? Sorry, let's have a look at this. Every champion at the end of 2025. Zhang Weili, I think she'll lose the belt. Shevchenko, I think Fiora might beat her. We'll see, though. I hope I'm wrong there. Bantamweight, Kayla Harrison. Yeah, agreed. Flyweight Pantoja. I wouldn't have said so before the Asakura fight, but he looks so good there. I'm inclined to agree. Bantamweight Umar Nurmagomedov. I'm picking Merab in this fight, so I think I'm going to say no to that. Featherweight Ilia Topuria. No, I disagree. I think Topuria is going to move up. I don't think Topuria will have the featherweight belt by the end of the year. I don't think he'll lose. I just think he'll vacate. Interim featherweight Diego Lopez. I think you could see Lopez as the undisputed champion. Let me get the featherweight rankings up. Actually, I'm very curious about who was in that conversation. Sorry. I mean, Evloev is a good shout because I think, honestly, I do think Topuria is going to move up and vacate featherweight pretty soon. I don't think that's all talk. I really do think he's going to do that. So if I had to pick someone to win the belt, I actually think I'd pick Evloev, as much as I hate to say it. I really don't want that to be the case. But I think Evloev might swoop in. Hell, even Volk maybe. There's a very good chance Volk has the belt. And that's because if Topuria does decide to vacate, if he does, Volkanovski, I think, beats any of those guys, in my opinion. Honestly, at the moment, even out of his prime. Okay, let's have a look. Who else we got? Lightweight, Makhachev, good shout. I'm picking Sarukin in the fight, but with no conviction. Could go either way. Bilal Muhammad at welterweight still, really? You know what? That's not even a bad shout. Not even a bad shout. I think Edwards in a rematch would be competitive. Shavkat is a tough fight. JDM, I think he makes good work of. Same with Sean Brady. Buckley outside a shout for welterweight champ. I'm not crazy for saying that. Middleweight Shemaev, yeah, I very much agree with that. Light heavyweight Pereira, I don't know, man. I don't know. Probably. I mean, yeah. Actually, I say that probably. I look at the competition. Probably, you're right. Heavyweight Aspinall, easiest lock on the list there. That's not a bad list, though. I agree with most of that. Cooking was mental. Yeah, I do enjoy. I'm just glad I did it at uni with my freedom, not for school, because that would have been horrendous. Sport we love completely, man. Don't just stop. People just love to hate instead of just enjoying what they like. It's why negative framing works so well on YouTube. It's why we only read negative news. Humans are just innately like that. Charging $40 for a Guardians of the Galaxy ripoff is crazy. It wasn't even. It was just that one trailer they did. The game. I mean, it was nothing to do with it really. I get. That was the only sort of line people had. It looked like it was actually kind of fun to play, but the problem is no one cares if your characters aren't interesting, your visuals aren't good, which they weren't. The visual design decisions were awful. Terrible art direction, awful. I always make a big point about that on the games channel when I talk about stuff with great art direction, stuff like Elden Ring, which has such a big focus. Same with Breath of the Wild, even though I haven't talked about it on the channel. And actually, I did briefly. And it's a game I don't think is a perfect game, but its art direction is bang on. But games like Concord are a perfect example of what not to do. Especially when you're launching a new IP. It has to look interesting. You have to grab the attention. It's the same thing with YouTube. You have to grab people's attention. And when you have terrible character designs like they do, it's no surprise why it bombed. I don't know what they were thinking. I really don't. And I don't like seeing stuff like that because at the end of the day, that resulted in that studio getting closed down and layoffs and people losing their jobs. But blame the management, not the developers. Always with games. Show the food I make? All right. That looks pretty good. I mean, it's sideways on. I'm trying to. Is that fucking like chicken curry? What am I looking at? Not hard to tell from here. You're gonna have to fill me in. Some sort of banana cake or something. I don't know. Those in PFL going full. I'm not gonna say the word just in case. I'm thinking Ngannou would somehow bring them above 10k pay-per-view buys. That surprised me. I thought it'd be more than 10k, but yeah, it does blow my mind how in the game there's probably not a sport or a general business more volatile than MMA. Because of the monopoly that the UFC has on it. And still, you get these people making stupid financial decisions, which sets you on a one-way course down the shitter, which is where PFL will go. And it's no surprise they've halved their bonuses or their prize money from $1 million to $500,000. It's just not a good look for one. And it's a little surprise because it's just not sustainable. I'm sorry. It really blows my mind how they think like that. But that would be, man. I'm not the one in charge, am I? So... 311 could get moved. It might do. That's a good shout, actually. Can they move? Yeah, they have time. It'd be fucking logistical challenge, but they could do it. Thoughts on the scene in Dragon Age Veilgar when a character has to do push-ups for simply asking what non-binary is. I did see that. Listen, I ain't got a problem with those things being in the game, those themes being in the game, but just write them well. This is the problem. I'm all for that sort of shit. Go for it. As long as the characters are interesting and they're written well. If you go, the writing in that game is shocking. I ain't played it, obviously, so I have to be a little bit careful when I say that. But just from what I've watched of all the clips, good and bad, the writing is just so surface level and bland. It's like, it's just bad. Like, that's my problem with it. It's nothing to do with those themes. It's just people you're inviting negative sentiment and reception when you have badly written characters who explore those themes. You're just going to invite the pressure. And then you can't. Companies will fall back on, oh, you don't like it because you don't like these themes, which some people are like that. But in case of me, I don't think that's the problem. I think it's just bad writing. That's probably the best example of it, to be honest with you, in terms of just very bad writing in more recent memory. Wasn't Tommy Fury calling out Connor? Did he? He's a fucking idiot. Beef Musaka, nice. Vegetable fritters on a bed of couscous. Fucking hell, nice. That is some good shit right there, man. And you only got what percent did you get? Was Ubisoft saying their games don't have agendas 2 months ago? I don't know. I don't care, man. I don't like Ubisoft games because I just don't like the way they're structured and designed. Their entire design philosophy is why they're failing. Not to do with it's not ever to do with the types of things they put in the game in terms of, I don't give a shit if you're playing as this character or that character. That's not the reason why their games are being poorly received. Their games are being poorly received is because they haven't evolved in the last 10 years. And they all follow the same archaic, boring, and just really just... what's the word I'm looking for? Their formula feels like a fucking job in all of their games, and they're not fun to play. That's the reason why they're failing. Not any other reason. It's pretty easy to answer for them. Thoughts on base China buying out Ubisoft in 2 years? And they go, well, we'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, Ubisoft have only got themselves to blame. Just bad decisions, to be honest with you. It's not. I have no sympathy for them. I have sympathy for the people who might lose their jobs. I don't have any sympathy for the CEOs who run the companies because they're just doing all the wrong things. Actually, feel was amazing. I just wasn't organized with the cleaning. Fairs. You got to keep on top of it, man. Listen, if you ever go to university, bro, if you don't clean right after you cook, bro, I'll come and hunt you down. I swear to God. That was like my biggest pet peeve, man. Cook, eat, clean, man. It's simple. What's up, Jax? How you doing, brother? No, the PFL is what it is. If you're a fighter that was offered a 3-fight PFL Bellator deal or an invite to the Dana White Contender Series, which would you take? Oh, that's a good question. I probably, it depends which is paying more. Honestly, that's what it comes down to. A lot of fighters will say it's all about legacy. To an extent it is, but they are mostly lying. It's about money. You want to get paid, especially in a career that is as volatile as this. There are no guarantees. So I would probably take the PFL contract because I'd assume you'd be paid a little bit more. But if the money was the same, I'd take the risk and go for the Dana White Contender Series shot 100%. 100%. And then I would do my best to make myself marketable, whether that's through the cage or out of it, or both, preferably both. That's what it comes down to. Listen, you can make a good amount of money in the UFC if you don't have to play a character to make money. That's not true. I feel like that's a misconception and a sort of general negative connotation. You have to play a bad guy to do this. No, you don't. You don't. You've just got to be interesting. And you could be interesting by just knocking people out. That can be what the definition of interesting is to you if you want. Because at the end of the day, that will sell pay-per-views, get people watching your fights if you're fucking dangerous. But having both is also great. So that's what I would try and do. I'd probably go for the UFC deal. Why not? Gives you that in. I know you're getting paid shit, but maybe soon after you won't be. And if you're good enough, you take the deal. You take the UFC deal. If you back yourself, you take the UFC deal, in my opinion. EA Sports better not treat the UFC series like the FIFA games. No, they don't, do they? They don't do it every year. Wasn't Todd Howard ruining Bethesda by not letting anyone make games on their IPs? Is that true? I mean, Bethesda makes some other good stuff. At least they publish other good stuff, like Doom. Like the Doom games are great, man. I'll play those all day. Starfield is crap though. Yeah, I really didn't like Starfield. I tried it and I played for like a few hours and it's so dated. It feels like it's 10 years old. I like the art direction of it though. There is that. I'll give it that. Hype for the GFL event? I'm not. It's just not good. We should be looking at giving more windows for retired fighters outside of fighting rather than letting them be washed up and risk long-term health damage. Do you think there is any UFC fight you could submit? Probably not. No. Maybe some of the very early women's fighters right when it came out because the stand back then was absolutely pitiful. But I don't know. Probably not, no. Aiden Perez versus Carol Rosa, who will win? I like Perez, so I'll go with her. And if you have Saturday, Kopolov, Ribas, and Bonsanibio. I don't know, honestly. I haven't really looked at the card in depth. I would not want to give you a lock, to be honest with you. I haven't been betting in a while, to be honest with you. I've been kind of away from it. I know. Listen, I'd rather we wait longer for Elder Scrolls, man. That's the reality. I'd rather we wait. I'm not bothered about it. I'm not getting my expectations up after Starfield's horrendous release, bro. I'm not gonna get too excited. As much as I love Skyrim, and I'll probably do a video on it actually saying that on the games channel, and it holds a very special place in my heart. Like obviously playing it growing up, I played when it came out. I got it for my fucking 10th birthday, or whatever it was, 10th or 9th or 10th birthday. Like I've been playing that game for years. So of course I'm excited for Elder Scrolls 6. Oblivion I played as well when I was even younger, but we'll see. I don't know, truth be told, how Elder Scrolls 6 is going to come out. I can only cross my fingers. But we'll see. We'll see. Listen, I only hope for the best for these things. You got to understand. I want these things to be good and do well. It's only a good thing for the games industry as a whole. So, of course I want them to do well. There's to make one game at a time that you've been waiting for nothing. They haven't been making Elder Scrolls. I think they have, but probably not ramping up full production until now. Look at Stream Reacts. I'm going to regret every time I do this. Paul Craig starting an early... Yo. Nah. Okay, that's got to be... he's trolling, right? I hope that's trolling. Yeah, Paul Craig, since he got his hair transplant. No, did he? But my guy is fine looking. He looks like a Viking. Respect to the guy. That hair transplant did him wonders, man. Tell you, it did. Skyrim's my favorite walking simulator. Great game. I don't want to hear any otherwise. It's dated, sure, but it's still a great game, and it holds up pretty well too. So that's all you can ask of a game that is now 13 years old, or 14 nearly. I think it is 14 actually. Hey. Oh my god, there's no way Skyrim's 14 years old. That is. You mean Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Mike? Brother, I'm playing through it right now. I've been trying to find time to play it a little bit more. I'm a fair bit through it. I just got to I'm a bit through the Egypt section. I think I'm near the end of the Egypt section. So I've got a good few hours in it now. I'm enjoying it, man. It's great. Surprised me. When they showed it off, I thought it looked pretty bad. I think that was the general sentiment overall. But I heard the good reviews were good. I was like, sure, it's on Game Pass. I'll give it a crack. Yeah, really enjoying it at the moment. Really fun. Paul Craig versus Backflip. Who's that? Is that you're losing me, brother. Thousand Dragons Dogma coming out around the same time and having better combat. I haven't played it yet. I haven't played the original and I ain't played 2. I thought about buying 2. I heard the performance sucked on PC, so I waited. I don't know. I've been meaning to give it a crack, but honestly, I've got too much shit on my backlog to play. Pacific Drive, Return of the Obra Dinn, Soma. So many good games I just need to play. Fucking hell. And my backlog is getting unhealthy, man. It's unhealthy. Road 96, I got to finish. Risk of Rain 2, I've been meaning to play. So many games I have, but just haven't touched. They sit in my Steam library and rot, which is not good. Do not let yourself get a Steam backlog. It's not a game backlog. Not healthy, boys. Healthy. But, hey. I like playing games. What can I say? I just like playing the same ones a lot of the time. Oh, man. Don't ask me how many hours I got on Counter-Strike. It's not. Just talk about games. It's basically a game stream. Fuck it. I don't even mind, I don't even mind it. Don't even mind it. Again, I'm here to talk about anything with you guys, so that's all good. It's not on Steam anymore? Oh, you found it. Cool. Yeah, apparently the first one's got a bit of a cult following, right? I don't know. I've never really known much about it. Like, same with like Black Myth Wukong. That's been very well received. I've never played it, though. I haven't played it. Looks cool, but kind of looks a bit... Like, it just looks like another Dark Souls kind of game, and I love Dark Souls, of course I do, but I played a little bit, like, I played enough of those now, Kind of want to move on to something else. Marvel Rivals, I'm definitely gonna have to try, but I feel like I'll lose my life a bit if I play it, so I'm a bit apprehensive, Hey, I almost don't want to touch it because I'm just gonna start slacking off work, and that is not healthy, Like, I haven't even done a video for you guys this week, and that's more of an intentional decision. Mainly because I didn't really, my creative cogs weren't going for some reason. Earlier in the week, I was trying to write stuff and it just wasn't really landing, and everything I was writing kind of sucked. I wasn't happy with it, and you guys don't want my, I want you guys to see my best work, so I decided to just change pace and work on some other stuff this week outside of just the main video. So yeah, but it'll be worth it in the long run. We'll get some good ideas up in there. Good ideas. But we'll see. I don't. The Drickus documentary will either be this week, next week. I don't fully know. Then after that, we'll have to figure it out. We'll have to figure it out. But I mean, if there's any, if you guys have any more video ideas, please don't hesitate. Honestly, I'm always looking for them. Like, someone gave me that Usman idea the other week. I can't remember who that was. Forgive me, Mike. I think it was you. Yeah, that was. I really enjoyed. I'm really happy with that. I actually nearly started writing it, but I changed my mind. So apologies for that. I said I think I'd save it until when he next fights. But we'll see. We'll see what I decide to make. I don't truly know. There's a lot of stuff I could do, but I don't know. We good? Yeah. Sorry, my Discord is bugging, boys. Make a video where you just team kills this guy. Nah, man, I ain't about that. I don't want to get reported and banned. People ban you for that shit. It can happen. Plus, I hate losing on Counter Strike, man. I hate losing. I haven't played it in a little while. I always go through like my yearly phase of playing CS. But it makes me into a bitter person, which is not good. That was me. So, no, it will happen, Mike. Don't grind your teeth like that with that emote, man. It will come. It will happen. Just not now. I was gonna do it, but I thought time-wise, we'll wait a little bit. Hang off. I got some cool ideas cooking. I think this week I might do. If you were there in the Discord when I mentioned it, I said the working title I'm going with is how a napkin saved the UFC, and you might think I'm batshit crazy if you don't know what I'm talking about, which is pretty understandable. And it's a bit of a long-winded title, maybe slightly clickbaity, but I think it kind of is justified. Essentially, the Forrest Griffin Stephan Bonnar Ultimate Fighter tale is the one I wanted to cover, and sort of the build up to that and how the UFC was received. I did actually cover it briefly in my history of the UFC video, but the reason it's to do with the napkin is because the contract for the next season of the Ultimate Fighter, which if they didn't do, the UFC would have gone under completely, was written on a napkin in the back of that event arena right afterwards. So that napkin was, I like to think, was somewhat poetically the savior of the UFC. So that is a cool video idea. I hope you guys like the sound of it. So we'll probably make that this week, maybe next week. Maybe I'll do the Driggers one. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Thought it was on Autism Simulators like City Skylines. Not my kind of games, personally. Micromanaging, as I said, not my kind of shit. Like one of the few genres I don't like. That and like all anime and weeb stuff. Yeah, not for me. Buckley really isn't beating top competition. I disagree. I understand Wonder Boy and Colby are definitely out their primes. I think that's fair. But I think you can clearly see Buckley's improved a lot, and I think he's a problem for anyone in that top 5, man. What's up, Nate? That is you, actually. I just read your thing, Nate. Well, hello anyway. It's an interesting argument. I understand to an extent. I'd like to see him fight someone in their prime. Yeah, sure, Luke as well, but you just look at the way he fights, man. He's clearly improved a lot, and he looks a lot better at welterweight than he did at middle. I think you'd be surprised. I think he probably beats most of the guys in that top 5. I think he could definitely beat JDM, to be honest with you. Have I tried Siege? I did back when it came out, man. I used to like it up until like probably, I don't know, when they added like the Australian operators. That's when I stopped playing. But I played Siege quite a lot back in the day. I used to play a lot of Kavira. Kerbal Space Program, bro. I've been playing Kerbal Space Program since it was in early access, man. I've been playing it for years, brother. Great game. What's up, Astro? You returned. Check stream reacts. What now, bro? I'm about to be so disappointed. Skip to 10:07. Oh my god, that's loud. Have a look. Oh, the backflip. No. I know what this is gonna be. This is the backflip. Oh man, I forgot about this. If you haven't seen this, can I get this up? I can get this up for you guys. Hang on. This is Paul Craig failing a backflip. I'm not gonna get copyright claim for this, am I? So we'll do it. I can actually show this. Can we do this? There we go. You hear me still? We're sweet. This is Paul Craig failing a backflip. Paul Craig failing a backflip. There we go. There's the audio.
4, 3, 2, 1. Are you okay? You good?
Absolute fucking cinema, boys. I love that shit. Thoughts on Fighting Nerds being a hilariously confusing name? Sounds like they're beating up nerds. Nah. I never inferred that. JDM's hyped up too much. I agree. I love JDM, but I do agree. Have you done your team year vote? No, I don't. I don't play Ultimate Team, man. I'm just past my time. Listen, Prime Ultimate Team was FIFA 12. That is peak Ultimate Team. 12 and 13. Those 2 years, the best years of Ultimate Team ever. So good. Up to 15, and anything after that was when it got shit. Only reason to play FIFA is pro clubs these days. And even then, that's still a pain in the ass. We're a bit of a pro club sweat though. I gotta say we're pushing elite division right now. We're in the top 1%. The genes got yeah. It literally is, isn't it? The genes has done Paul Craig in right there. Straight up, death sentence. And I don't mean the Street Beast fighter. He keeps popping up on my feed, man. Mighty Mouse interviewed him. Death sentence is getting a Mighty Mouse interview, and I'm not. Game's gone. My hair is all over the gaff today. Shock him. Honestly, I don't even know why I bother. I don't even know why I bother having long hair. I make this much of a fucking fuss about it. But fuck it. We'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. Don't care what they say. I don't think you're a soy boy. Thank you, Mountain Man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Paul Craig has a cool Riley Reid impression. Anytime he fights, he just lies down, asks the other guy to get on top of him. That's actually a good analogy. Tommy Buckley said he eats prison spreads for protein during camp. That's crazy. That is crazy. What have you for you to mod me on Discord? I want them to ban people who disagree with me. Well, that's exactly why you're not. JD and Buckley would be a good matchup. Yeah, I like that a lot. I think that makes perfect sense. That or maybe I'd like Leon to fight either of those guys. That's a good matchup for him too, in terms of who to fight next. Win there and he's straight back fighting for a belt, in my opinion, as he should be. 2 title defenses. Maybe not enough to get an instant rematch, which is fair enough, especially with how little marketability Leon has. I understand why they're not going to give it to him, but 1 fight I think is fair. Sure, 1 fight, then give him the title rematch if he gets the win. To do your team of the year vote, it'll be interesting to see who you think were the best 11 players from last year. I'm not going to do it on stream. I mean, I'll do it now, but I'm not going to get it up because I know most people aren't interested in football, really. I don't know, fuck it. I'll do it later and I'll put it in Discord. Just ping me if I forget. Destin is now a mainstream MMA figure. It is crazy. What a timeline we're in. I mean, can you blame him though? You know what I said earlier about, if I was in the UFC and I would take a Dana White Contender Series contract, as Jax mentioned, which one would I pick? That or PFL? And I said, I'd want to be marketable in and out of the cage. Death sentence might not be I mean, I say that he is. He's shit at fighting, but he's marketable the way he fights. On top of how fucking mentally he is outside of it. So you don't have to be good at fighting to be exciting these days. You really don't. So that's what it's about. That really is. People want the weird. They want what they haven't seen. So Robbed Colby versus Buckley. I know that's bait right there. Holloway Korean Zombie might be the worst matchmaking ever. Nah, it wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, obviously, probably a little bit more to lay up Holloway rather than Zombie. But actually, in a way, I kind of agree, to be fair. It was Zombie's retirement fight, and that was always going to be a big ask for him. So, makes sense. It's a fair argument. What fight has emotionally broken you most after watching? Easy answer. That's a good shout, but I expected it, so I'm not going to say that. For me, I mean, I guess I kind of did expect this one too, but Volkanovski Makhachev 2 put me in a bad. That had me sitting there just like a broken man after that one. So that's probably what I picked. Make a video on how bad Billy Quarantello is. He's not bad. He just fights good competition. He fights killers, man. Have you seen that Umar isn't the favorite against Marab? I'd agree with that. I'd agree. I don't think it's insane, man. I'm picking Marab. Listen, again, it's a very close fight. The odds are probably not wide. They can't be wide. So if Marab is the favorite, it's not going to be by a big margin. I'm picking Marab, but it's not an easy fight to call by any means. I have no idea. Edwards is boring, but he's still way ahead of JDM and Buckley. That I'd agree with. But Buckley's got power. Buckley could definitely chin Leon, in my opinion. Tough fight for Leon, honestly. It's all about the footwork there. Leon has to use his footwork. And to be honest, I think that fight is won in the grappling. Leon's grappling remains very underrated. I think that's how he beats both of those guys, is with the grappling. Buckley, more specifically, I think he could work Buckley on the mat. JDM might be a little bit more savvy, actually. But Buckley, I think, would get taken down by Leon pretty convincingly. Umar is the minus 270 favorite. No way is he. There's no way Umar's a 270 favorite. If he is, that's crazy. If he is, I'm best believe I'm betting on Marab. Just for a punt, because I doubt those are the real odds. No way. Let's have a look. On the UFC website. Oh my god. What? That's crazy. Nah, that is... How the fuck is Marab that big of an underdog? Wild. Arman's got some tasty odds on him as well, Islam Makhachev is probably going to win that fight, but man, Marab underdog bet. What are we saying? And Moicano's a favorite, which is interesting. actually a stacked card, boys. I can't lie to you. Stacked fucking card. Holy shit, it is. Yeah, man. Honestly, I'm don't know. Marab underdog parlay. Is it there? Leo said Leon might lose. So no, I've always said that, bro. I say that every fighter. When I say I just don't see anyone beating them, it's just in the immediate vicinity. Things change very quickly. I'd like Leon to win, of course, but I think I'd pick him against Buckley, but it would. I don't know if I'd bet on it. It's a tough fight to call. Underdog pick of the year. There's definitely a good underdog shout there. If those odds are sticking and that line isn't changing, that's not a bad shout. I'm very surprised by that. I thought they'd be evens, to be honest with you. Odds on. No, I did. I just forgot 311 was dead. Matt's gonna go do something. Okay, to Umar. And Umar's gonna stone him or something. Okay, crazy. I just think it'll be a very. I don't think it's gonna be an exciting fight. I think it's gonna be very much like Makaya versus Karp. You know, very bouncy, very much out of range, not a lot going on, and just a lot of feints. That's what I think the fight's gonna be. Who's the guy Curtis Blades is fighting? Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. He must have some sort of pedigree outside the UFC to get a Curtis Blades fight in his debut, which is fucking crazy. Is that fight on this card as well? Where is it? That's not on this card, is it? No, I can't find it. Where is that fight? I like Curtis Blades, man. Kind of crazy how he never got the title shot. Who's he fighting next? Where is it? Fight activity 2. Rizvan Kunaev. That's probably how you pronounce it. Rizvan Kunaev. He's 13-2. Of course, he comes from Dagestan. Dagestani heavyweight, man. Crazy. I mean, does he train with Khabib? Because if he does, that's probably the easy answer, isn't it? But no, he doesn't. Interesting. I mean, he's got some. You know, he won his Contender Series fight, sure, and he had some wins on Contenders on Eagle FC and PFL, and I don't know. There's nothing here standing out to me as this guy being an elite fighter, so I have no idea why they've given him this fight. Maybe you guys know more than I do. I have no clue. What is my stream tab doing? There we go. Yeah, really weird. Blaze wanted to take it, but why would he even be offered that? It just doesn't make sense. Wait until April unless he fought now. Why? Is there no one else he can fight? Fair enough, man. He's got to earn his money. I can get behind that. Also, Marab telling Nina Drum he took advantage of a jungle that he thought he was Conor McGregor. And the Elites Poor thinking that's cool, but hating Conor. Is that true? I don't know. You'd have to tell me or link me that in Discord or something. I don't know. I don't know. You've been waffling a lot this stream, so I don't know if I can take that as truth. But fuck Conor McGregor though. That is a constant I can agree with. No, Astro, you're a loose cannon, brother. You are a loose cannon. Oh my god, I keep forgetting to resume my music, guys. Give me that. Where are we gone? Where have we gone? Where have we? Channel name Sewer King. Video name Arab's Disturbing Confession. Did he actually say that, or is it one of those like edited things? Have a look. Oh, I can't. Can I be asked to find this? Is this good? Is this bait or something? I don't know. Not fun. Oh my god, man! Yeah. Sorry, I just say what I've just done. Right, I've gone through. You know how YouTube has like the most replayed bits on the timeline bar you can scrub through. I went to the most played bit, assuming it would be the quote you're talking about, and it's literally a fucking zoom in on Nina Drama's feet. Honestly, horrendous. You lot are decrepit, all of you. Anyone who entertains this, fucking hell, man. Did he say that? Fair enough. I mean, well, not fair enough, but I believe you. You mean once I can get banned Rigo for being a boy lover? Hell no. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with the latter, but fuck Rigo regardless. How are they? Come on, bro. Come on, bro. You lot are horrendous. Down horrendous, man. Disgusting behavior. Disgusting behavior. Rav didn't want to fight Umar yet. He was forced to take the fight. He should have been. He was trying to like get an easy fight against Piotr Jan. And I like Merab, but he pissed me off and he lost a lot of bit of respect for me on that fight. He was obviously just trying to take the easy fight. Guy, he just 50-45'd. Like Umar is the next in line. Take the fight. Distracted by the disrespect thing? Nah, I don't think so. I mean, if he loses, it'll just be because Umar's better. Merab is, I don't doubt his work ethic or his mentality. It's what got him this far. It's why his cardio is so good. You know, you don't have good cardio naturally. Obviously, some people have advantages, and I'm sure he has them to an extent. But he is that in shape because he puts the work in. So that I'm not worried about that, man. Honestly, I think if he loses, it'll just be because Umar is that good. And that remains to be seen. I mean, we know he's elite. He beat Corey Sandhagen, you know. Can't wait until next UFC event. It's been so long. I know, man. As I said, I quite like it, Scrub, though. Good to see you, though, bro. I like the break. It's a nice time. Nice time, to be honest, if you ask me. More population means more guru degenerates. Sure you want this? That's fair, actually. Good point. Most people in that stream are pretty decrepit. Sorry if you guys are. Umar Striker is actually amazing. It's good. I wouldn't say it's amazing. It's better than Merab's, but Merab is very tricky. He's very hard to hit, so I think it will get cancelled out, to be honest. Last time Merab was angry, an opponent he felt disrespected. He 50-45 Piotr Jan. That is a crazy... Can we just talk about how insane that is? 50-45 in Piotr Jan. He dominated that man, like, respectfully. And I'm a big Piotr fan, but shit, he got whooped in that fight. Consecrated, I'm sure, but as a casual fan, it's been boring. Some boring Saturdays. Yeah, good point. I mean, no, listen, I'm just as much of a fan as you guys. You got to understand that. I love MMA, man. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing this for a fucking job. I love MMA. That's just how it is. I like the title off with MMA because it's so everywhere. MMA is just everywhere. Again, probably more for me than you. I understand. But, yeah, you know what? Actually, you're right. If Ilya is in detail at featherweight, how do you compare his legacy at featherweights versus Conor's? Oh, that's a good question, you know. Oh, that is a really good question. Is it crazy to say Topuria might be better just because he beat two of the best featherweights of all time, whilst, you know, McGregor beat one? If we're talking about resumes and manner of wins, I don't know, man. Topuria might pip it. I mean, then again, McGregor did beat Poirier, which is a great win. And Chad Mendes too, which is also a really, really fucking good win. Topuria had who on this sort of come up? Bryce Mitchell, Josh Emmett, also very good wins. But beating Max Holloway and Volt back to back is some nuts shit. It's very close, isn't it? Very close. So once you go lower than that, the standard isn't as high. Yeah, tough. I don't know, actually. That's a really good question. I'll go to Poirier just because I like him. And I really don't like Conor. Brad will be stronger. I think so. That was my prediction on the pod today when we recorded. I think that's my prediction too. I think Merab will have the strength advantage. We'll see. Thoughts on standing and beating O'Malley worse than Umar did? I'm assuming you mean Merab. Yeah, you did. I don't know. We'll see. I like that fight. That fight's been sort of touted for a long time and we ain't seen it. So hopefully one day. Makes sense right now. Both of them coming off a loss. Perfect timing, in my opinion. Honest Legacy's overrated. No, it's not. It's just, I mean, overrated. It depends what you mean by that, because overrated is in the sense like the competition or what he's done in the sport as a whole, I think, is true. But equally, people don't give him enough credit at the same time. I don't know. Maybe he's not. Maybe they cancel each other out, being overrated and underrated. I don't know. Defended his title against the dude with the best chin and KO'd him. Yeah, that is pretty nuts, isn't it? That is pretty nuts. Thoughts on Chito Vera not being good anywhere? Not true. He's good on the feet. He's just too patient. If he overtakes him in one more fight, if he stays at featherweight, sure. But I don't think he's going to move up, as I said. That Emmett performance is one of my favorites of all time, though. Go watch the boxing in that fight if you haven't seen that already. Absolute domination. He's got the best boxing in the UFC, man. So fucking slick. Conor, oh, yeah, Conor beat Holloway, didn't he? Again, that Holloway win, though, I don't value it in the same way as I do the Poirier one, because that Holloway was very green, very, very young in the sport. You know, only had a few fights at that point, and was really young. So, meanwhile, Poirier was an experienced contender at that point. So I value that one a lot more than I do the Holloway fight. That's what I'm saying. You can't compare that to Poirier's win over Holloway. They're like, it's night and day. It really is. Right, but to be honest, I only support Umar for his last name. If he didn't have the Nurmagomedov last name, he wouldn't be receiving the opportunity so quickly. Yeah, to an extent, I can back that. I also think the fact he's undefeated adds to it. Now the Holloway has been KO'd and Vera has been dropped. Vittori remains as the true chin king of the UFC. Who's the best chance to sleep in middleweight? Ooh, that's a good one. Weirdly, Hamzat Chimaev. That's the first name that comes to mind for me. Is that crazy? Guy's got power. Or Dricus through some random bullshit. Like, for some reason, Dricus would just put his lights out, because it would be a very Dricus thing to do, wouldn't it? I ain't talking about Pat Barry. Crazy. He weren't a can, though. I'll say that. Neither was Kevin Lee. I know you're not saying he is, but I mean, double champ, scrambled out his brain and ran Eddie onto his left. That's lightweight, though. We're talking about featherweight. If we're talking about his featherweight legacy, yeah, I can't include Eddie in that. But if we're talking about his overall career, yeah, ending with Diaz and Cerrone's sad late career. Holloway's goated. Yeah, Holloway has a better resume, I think. Yeah, he beat Aldo twice. You know, he beat Aldo twice, and that was really the same Aldo. It was just afterwards. So I think that's a fair shout. Holloway's resume is nuts. Nuts. Arnold Allen. Calvin Kattar. These are all like top level contenders, you know? Really, really legit guys. And obviously I'm just talking to the guys who aren't even at the championship level, because you know, you don't even need to mention half of those dudes. Guy's elite, man. KO Vittori? No, I don't think so. I just think that fight wouldn't play out that way. Got power, but I just stylistically I don't think it would happen. Hamzat Dricus 2 years. I think we'll see it this year. I really do. I think Dricus is going to beat Strickland at 312. I think I'll put some money on that fight. I like Dricus a lot in that matchup. I know the last one was very close, but I think Dricus will make it look easy in this one. Well, easier, sorry, not easy. And then I think we'll see him lose to Hamzat in the back end of the year. I think Hamzat will leave this year, finally, as the middleweight champion of the world. Hamzat will cheat the scales? I don't think so. DDB Hamzat going. Hamzat shoots in. DDB counters it and separates. Nah. Dricus will get taken down by Hamzat. But the rest of that sounds about right. Joe versus Bruno Brazil. That's a good shout. Are you talking about... Is that Wang Kong? She had the Joker face paint. Is that what you're talking about? But I like Bruno Brazil. I mean, the Fighting Nerds, they've transformed her, man. She looked really good against Molly McCann. Really good. Like, you can just tell she technically sharpened up her tools massively. Whatever they're doing over there, it's working. Joe's asking for 30 million. He ain't going to get 30 million. You know why he's doing it. You know why he's doing it, Mike. We both know why that's the case, man. He's doing that so he can have a sort of... he can have a way out. So he can retire. So the UFC weren't paying me enough money, so I didn't stay. When he knew that they were never going to pay him from the get-go. So he asked for something ridiculous. So if they do pay him miraculously, which they won't, but if they did, he'd obviously get a shit ton of money. And if they didn't, which of course they're not, because 30 million for that is insane, he can say, oh, UFC weren't willing to pay me what I'm owed, and then leave. And he'll duck Aspinall. That's what's looking more likely right now. Chris Duncan? I don't know. Who would you give him? Are you talking about Leroy Duncan, or are you talking about the Scottish Duncan? On board for the confident Hamzat pick. DDP is the best. I'm assuming you mean best MMA grappler Hamzat would have fought by a mile. Sure, but Hamzat is the best. I don't think anyone's better than Hamzat in pure wrestling right now. Bo Nickel, maybe. But if it's talking pure wrestling, but Hamzat is just different breed, man. If he can make the scales and make the fight healthily, then yeah. I've never hit Galaxy Gas, my boy. It's becoming a trend in the US. It's been around for ages in the UK, but it's kind of hit the US recently. Stricker said himself will get taken down by Hamzat. But he's not worried because he's got a good ground game. I agree with that, Duel. I very much agree with that. I think Dricus' ground game continually is underrated. Go watch his highlights before the UFC, especially when some of his grappling competitions. He did a quintet, a jiu-jitsu quintet, which is basically a 5v5. If you win, you stay on. And he beat all 5 of these Gracie students. Tapped all 5 of them. Crazy. He is very good. And again, obviously they're not UFC standard, and it's a bit different with grappling. But he's very good. People still underrate him. Scottish Duncan versus Benoit Saint-Denis, banger fight. I think it's a little bit too soon for him personally, but maybe a couple fights and then he's in that conversation. Islam Hamzat, in my opinion. DDP is way too strong defending submissions. He'll gas him. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Honestly, I really don't. I think Hamzat will get him and choke him. I think Hamzat will choke him out. Maybe a decision. I don't know. That's a good point about the cardio, actually. Fair enough. That's a good argument for Drickus there. DDP is way too strong defending submissions. Oh, I read that already. Whippets in the US was a thing among trashy whites and trashy Latinos. Now TikTok's Galaxy Gas. Yeah, it's a new. I mean, new to me in the US anyway. It's been around here for ages. Ops on LA Wi-Fi's. Do you need an opinion on them? They suck. Will they affect 311? Probably, yeah. Unless Riyadh step in like they did on the Sphere, he would get it. Otherwise, yeah, that's the only avenue I see. I agree. You're spitting facts, man. Just leave the belt to Aspen. Yeah, but you know what he's like. He won't. He's trying to play. Listen, if I was him, I wouldn't blame him. I don't like what he's doing, but I don't blame him for doing it. Why wouldn't you just stay and wait? You've got the championship belt and all the perks that come with that. And if you get paid, you get paid. If you don't, well, I'm gone anyway. So why not give it a chance? He's going to keep the door open to get the payday, isn't he? Why wouldn't he do that? He's not going to shut it off. Because there is still a chance. It might be a slim one, but there's a chance the UFC pay him that. You never know. Crazier things have happened. Prime Khabib or Hamzat? Prime Khabib. But again, who would win? I don't know. Probably Hamzat. You know, the massive size difference, right? What fire outside of Jones and T. Ferg do you think would just retire? Ooh. I'm trying to think. Who's on a really bad run right now? Poirier. And that's not because I don't think he's on the worst one ever, and obviously, but I don't want to see him fight again. I don't like it when fighters say they're going to retire and then they do, and then they come back when no one wants them to. It's just never a good look. And I don't want Poirier to tarnish his legacy, to be honest with you. So I don't want him to come back because I don't think it would go well for him. There's probably some more obvious glaring names I'm missing. Colby should probably not hang up just yet, but Poirier's been and done everything he needs to do, really, and he's not going to win the belt back. He's just not. So I say get the belt, get the undisputed belt. I don't think he's going to get it now. He's not going to get another chance at that. Yeah, I don't want to see him come back. So I'll probably say Poirier. From more of a personal side, I just don't want to see him get hurt. That's my boy. But who should retire because they're really past it? I don't know. As you said, outside of T. Ferg, who's on a really bad streak right now and still fighting? Yakuza for scamming Dana and pushing him out of Japan entirely. Is that true? I didn't watch the WWE thing. I know. We talked about that a lot about with Netflix potentially getting involved with the UFC. We'll see. It's 8:04. I started late, brother. I'm on for a few more minutes. I want to give you guys the full runtime. I said. Ty should retire. Yes, good shout. Actually, no. You know what? No, I don't think so. He's on a bad run. That's why I said yes instantly. But like, he's a heavyweight. He always has the fan appeal. He's always fun to watch. He just doesn't have the work ethic tank at the top level. That's just how it is. He had a good run. But I don't think he should retire, though. He's still entertaining. It's heavyweight. You can go a little bit longer. Probably Poatan doesn't accept to fight him. Otherwise, Alex is cooked. You reckon? I don't know. I don't know. Are you talking about Shemaev? Or if you're talking about Shemaev, then I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't think they do that. I think they know why would you lose one of your aces? Why would you? If I was Dana White, I would not risk losing my biggest star like that. So no, I don't think that fight will happen. The UFC aren't stupid. I think it's so funny that someone like Cowboy Cerrone is going to come back. Yes, that's a good shout. He should fucking stay retired. Juicing up, got a hair transplant. He's going to get leathered. I agree. He's also a piece of shit. Not a fan of that guy. Anthony Smith, he's retired. He's semi-retired now, isn't he, after his last fight? I mean, I have a lot of respect for Anthony Smith, to be honest. I think he has way too much hate. The guy's been in the UFC for a long time. It takes a lot to do that. It takes a lot out of you. It takes a lot to even stay in the UFC, let alone for as long as he has. He's had a good career. I think people hate the guy way too much. Yeah, he said some dumb shit. But who hasn't? So. Yeah, tattoo, what would I get? It would have to be something very sentimental to me. I don't know what that would be. Probably something small and significant that's quite personal. Something to do with my life. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe in a few years. I've thought about it. I forgot about Andy Smith. He needs to make that official stat. Yeah, spitting. He does. But I won't be applauding it. I won't be applauding his retirement, man. I don't think anyone should. He's had a good career. Hey, and listen, people forget. People give him way too much hate when he could have claimed the UFC title off a technicality. He could have done. He got illegally kneed by Jones, which was a really bad knee, just for the record. If you ain't seen it, go back and watch it. And if he stayed down, he could have claimed the belt on a disqualification. He would have been the UFC light heavyweight champion. He would have been. And it would have been a loss on John Jones's record. People really forget that, but he did the right thing and said, nah, fuck that, let's go. And he kept fighting. That takes balls, and I'll forever, applaud him for that. Anyone said those things about Cowboy, I believe it. But Bobby Green said it, so I don't believe it. Well, he said at his own admission, he said he used to like cheer on when Tim Kennedy beat on the Muslim fighters in the gym. Like, he's a piece of shit, man. He said that himself. Off camera, you don't actually blink and actually lick your lips like a gecko. Not true. I say when I'm high, I don't blink. Not that I get high very often. Alleged. I don't. But that is true. I always forget to blink when I'm very fried. No, hell no, I would not get my parents' names. Awful. Absolutely fucking not. No. He was not UFC caliber and a light heavyweight. That's saying something. That's not true. Of course he's UFC caliber. Otherwise he wouldn't be still here beating guys. What are they going to play for Anthony Smith's highlight reel for his retirement? They probably won't give him one. That's fine, but respect the guy. Like, I don't know how you can hate on Anthony Smith apart from the dumb shit he said about Johnny, like Johnny Walker fight and saying, "Oh, on paper Jones kind of sucks." Like, of course, there's some dumb shit, but he doesn't deserve it. Just as Sterling did, and that's why he received all the hate. Yeah, but I mean, sure, if you want to say that, but Smith didn't do that. He did the opposite, and people still hate on him. And to be honest, I think any hate on Sterling got completely vindicated. I've said this before. Got completely, eradicated or should have been eradicated after the rematch where he clearly proved he deserved to be a champion when he beat Jan in the rematch. Close fight, but he definitely won it in my opinion. Knee got hit with was worse than the knee Aljo got hit with. Yeah, way worse. Way worse. I mean, it's hard to say. You never really know how people are going to react. Like if you can't see the knee, then it's going to be different. So you never really know. Anthony on paper, Smith is just a big awkward CT. I don't even know he's in the UFC. I mean, he's not bad, bro. I think you underestimate how good these guys are who actually are in the UFC. Getting into the UFC is extremely difficult, and most MMA fighters never get there. Getting into the UFC is a huge achievement. So, Gates, I got to go. What are you talking about, man? He's on a fucking 3-fight win streak, isn't he? Why has he got to go? Yeah, of course he's not as good as he used to be, and he's old. But he's 37, and I think he's won 2 straight, sorry. He beat Ferguson, sure, Tony Ferguson, but submitting Max Griffin is a really nice win, especially at his age. I can't lie. That's a really strong win. I mean, Max Griffin beat Carlos Condit, Song Kenan. Like, they're good wins. Like, sure, Carlos Condit out of his prime at the point, but I mean, come on. Like, they're still, Chiesa's why I've got no problems with him staying in the UFC. 25 and 11, almost all losses were finishes from dudes with no wikis. Well, I don't care. He's made a good career out of being an MMA fighter. I can only applaud that. All right, I'll answer a couple more. Max Griffin is 39. Is he? Oh, fuck me. Fair enough. Still, I still think it's a good win. And hey, like, Ian, I can't fault the guy. The guy's got a actually slept on resume. Michael Chiesa. Shout out to him, man. Beat some legit guys. Like, only lost to the only losses he's got, Jorge Masvidal he lost to, Joe Lauzon, who was really good back in the day, Kevin Lee, Pettis, Luque, Brady, and Holland. They're his losses. They are only to some really top-level guys. Meanwhile, he's beating Neil Magny, RDA, former champ, Diego Sanchez, tough winner, Carlos Condit, former interim champ, Jim Miller, Benil Dariush, Francisco Trinaldo. These are really, really solid wins. Alaya Quinta on the regional. Oh, no, that was on the tough finale. Like, don't disrespect Michael Chiesa like that. I cannot back that. Has the judge ever scored a fight 50-45 or more the wrong way? Yeah. Oh, no, sorry. No. They scored it 48-47 the other way when everyone else scored it 50-45. But the other 2 judges scored it 50-45 the right way. And that was the Sandhagen Vera fight. That's the worst scorecard I've ever seen. Someone scored it 48-47 Vera, which is egregious. Generally the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. The worst scorecard by far. I don't think anything will be worse than that one. Kevin Lee used to be so good. Yeah, man. That's how it goes in this game, though. He had a lot of health problems, though. I actually feel for Kevin. He got dealt a pretty bad hand. Because honestly, there's a good chance that Ferguson fight could have gone differently. Because if Kevin was in proper full health, he really struggled for that fight. I think he was suffering from staph infection really badly, and he was in hospital like quite a lot in that run up to that fight. And I think that happened to him quite a lot in his career, which is a shame. Injuries and things like that. It's a shame, really. It's just the game's unforgiving. That's how it is. Fuck KC, beat up Tony. Okay, I know that's bait. I know that's fucking bait. All right, anyway, guys, I am gonna have to love you and leave you. I'm gonna do a little bit more admin stuff here on the channel. Gonna probably actually finish the games channel edit too. I'll do that tonight, and we will go again on Thursday. And no video this week, I know. Apologies for that, but it'd be worth it in the long run. We got some cool shit coming up. I appreciate all of you guys truly. So thank you so much for being here. Stay safe, stay hydrated. Have a good morning, night, afternoon, evening, wherever you are here in the world. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next Thursday. Yeah.